there it is. I'll go through the lesson that I would have done, and then, like I said, if you want to make a new one, do, or just work from this one. So do now, which jumper would you buy and why? Just really looking at creative ideas and looking at different types of business ideas and why people buy things and why people make the choices that they do. So short little do now there. Learning objectives. So they're going to be working collaboratively on the first part of their business plan. Now, last lesson we had a bit of an IT nightmare. I shared all the files and, well, they weren't shared correctly, basically. So they weren't able to work on their files. So it's actually going to make for quite a nice lesson for you today, because they've done this lesson like in theory, and they discussed it all, and they've all got ideas. So today they should be able to do this work in silence, basically, because they each know their roles. They each have discussed their ideas, and they should just be able to get on with it. So expect they need to be completing their business tasks, develop, and this is to get the level 2C, they need to be giving detail on each of these tasks. They can't just give the basics. It needs to be explained and detail given. And stretch, and this is always the same for the whole of this challenge. To get up to that A grade, they need to be explaining their thought process. So, why did they decide to do that questionnaire? Why did they put those questions? What are they hoping answers they might get? Okay, I'll talk about that on each slide as we go. Right, so they need to open their work, and I've shared a different file with them. It's not the same one that they've been working on till this stage. It's a new one, and it's shared with the 3 people in their group. I did that with those pieces of paper that you gave me last lesson. Right, so I put this slide in there today just for you to decide if you're going to let them have little short meetings. There might be things when they do need to just go back to their groups and discuss bits before they go back out to their group, out to working on their own. I'll let you just decide what you're going to do with that. Right, so this is the lesson. Okay, and they've seen this. They know that the managing director in each group is going to be working on slide 1 to 5. That means that they're going to be designing a questionnaire and they're doing minutes of a meeting. So they must get both those tasks done in the lesson. The product manager is doing slides 23 and 24, and that means that they're going to be working on designing their actual product. Now, they've got a help booklet to go with this, but I have taken them through how to do it, given them ideas, but they've all got the help booklet in their files. And the marketing managers are going to be working on slide 13 to 16, and they're going to be designing a logo. I'll go through each of those now on the slides. So this is the slides that they've got, and this is where it matches up with what jobs it is that they need to be doing. Okay, so the managing director is writing a questionnaire, so that they're going to be doing a questionnaire down in the canteen for pupils in the school to find out what they need to know about their product, like what prices would people pay for it, what colours do they like, what do they want on the timetable. It's going to depend on their product. So then the product manager is on slide 23. So they'll be doing, starting from here, and they'll be looking at different ways that they can adapt the business to make more money, and they're going to be looking at designing the actual final idea. I've suggested with this that they might want to draw pictures, do spider diagrams, and if they prefer to work on paper and then upload a picture, they can do that. But I suggested that like a picture of their product in the middle, and then all lines coming out displayed with all the features and maybe the timetable of events and all of the extra added bits that are going to be on it. Fab. And then last bit, marketing manager. Right, they need to work on a logo. Sorry, what slide number was it? 13. They need to work on a logo. So they've got a little bit of teaching and learning tasks to do. A few slides. It's just going to take them through designing a logo, and then they're going to design it. Now, they've already done bits of this. They've got ideas, but they need to either draw it up on computer, draw it on paper. That's why I put pens and paper on the desk. And they need to show, this is the important bit, they need to show 3 different versions. So their first version, then an improved version, then a final version. I even said to them, if they know what they want to do the final version first and then work backwards with the second attempt and the first attempt if they need to. But there needs to be three there. And again, with the stretch on this one, there needs to be some writing underneath explaining how they went from one to the next, and why that was their final decision. Okay, and the managing director is going to then, as their final task, where is it? where is it? There it is. They're going to write up the minutes. So they can use last week's lesson where we sat in groups and we discussed every single one of these tasks and went through them as the actual minutes. So what was discussed about the managing director's decisions, what was discussed about the product manager's decisions, what was discussed about the marketing manager's decisions. So they can just type up their minutes there. Nice and simple. It doesn't need to be anything major. And that's it, I think. Let me just check. Yeah. That one shouldn't be there. I'll delete that now. Fab. Yeah, that's it. Good luck.